Welcome to the Pineapple Pinup, the Hot Wife Life podcast. On today's podcast, I talk to you about the toy room. Then I talk about an email I got from somebody who is average. And finally, I talk about some retractions I have to make. Enjoy. As I may have mentioned on my last episode with regard to the spicy barbecue, we had set up a toy room. We had placed my Symbian and my Levants, and we had set it up so that we could play in there should the group have wanted to. And unfortunately, due to part of my group not showing up, we never really got to play in that room. But Josh had left early from the barbecue because he had personal issues he had to see to, and that made complete sense to me. And he had wanted to come over after, but I'd had this whole, you guys know, I had a whole thing happen. And so I called Josh later in the week and asked him if he wanted to come try out the toys. Just see what he wanted to do. Just see what he wanted to see. And holy crap. The best part about having these fuck machines is that it can give the illusion of hot wifing with just two people. It can give the sensation of watching someone get fucked while you participate in other areas. So he was very much enjoying my mouth while I was being fucked by my Levents machine. And I don't know if any of you have seen this machine, but it's amazing, okay? It has speeds and variations, and it sounds like a piston moving. And it really does do a very good job. You can range its speed and the depth for sure. And it has a great number of toys or attachments that go with it. As a matter of fact, I think you can use any Vaculock on it. I'm going to have to fact check myself on that, but that's I believe that's something that is part of it. We played there and he was fucking my mouth. Like, he was so turned on by what was happening with this machine that he fucked my mouth. And it was amazing. I mean, it was really like he had lost some control, and it was fucking glorious. So the other thing that really happens with these machines is that you get this, it gets this like creaminess to it, like, because you're lube and it's like frothing and it's chugging away, and I have control over the thing, and I'm turning it fast and slowing it down and doing all the things and making it hit the spot that I want it to hit and making sure that it is getting me where I want to go. Now, it might have been improved had I had my wand, because there's something about stimulation from a machine that I need more vibration than I normally would. So he was actually rubbing my clit while I was being fucked by this machine. And it was so good. And he got to the point where he's like, oh, no, I need to get my hands on this creamy pussy. He turned me around and started fucking me. And I really, really was enjoying it. I was enjoying everything about it. It was so unbelievably visceral. Like, he was in the pocket. He wanted to fuck. And it was awesome. I mean, I cannot at all complain in any way, shape, or form. It was awesome. It was great. And so we kind of, like, I fucked him through that. And then I decided that I wanted to show him what the Symbian could do. And okay, the problem with owning a Symbian, holy crap loud. It is like letting a Harley loose inside your home. And if you have people in your home that you're trying to keep, privacy from, not a good idea to turn this machine on. This machine vibrates the house. And oh my God, it is so good. It stands among some of the best. I actually learned to squirt on a Symbian. That is where I trained. That is where my G-spot was forced into awakening. It was so good. So anyway, so I'm on the machine and I have the vibration on and he is fucking my mouth and I am in ecstasy. It is that thing that happens when you cross over and just let your entire body feel, emote. Like, it is in your toes and it is in your fingers and you can feel your hair follicles. And everything is humming into this zone and you are building towards something so magnificent, so life affirming, so engrossing. It encaptures your entire body. And then it lets go. And it is like riding on waves and waves and waves and waves and waves of the most relaxing pleasure. And like everything lets go. And your body vibrates in time with the universe. It is awesome. And there's something about using the Symbian while somebody is, like, literally it got to the point I was having such a massive orgasm that I literally could not keep him in my mouth because I was unsure of what my jaw was going to do because that is how all-encompassing that particular orgasm can be. I don't know of anything else. Like, I have reached that with my wand and a partner before. I've reached that height, but not as sustained as the Symbian. The Symbian will take you there and leave you there for 20 fucking minutes if you don't climb off of it. It is the type of machine that I have literally burned my flesh with because I could not escape the I couldn't escape the ride. It was a drug. It was dopamine. It was everything. It was, oh my God. My Symbian and I have been through some stuff, and I love it because I can do a quick release. I love it because I can do an extended release. I love it because it is one of those machines that when I truly need, and believe me, I went through a period of my life where I truly needed, okay? And this machine was a guarantee. It was enough to soothe the savage beast, as you will. And I really honestly wish that I could have used it more, but unfortunately my home was not as empty then. And now, I mean, that machine is rock solid, 100%. It is the thing that's going to get you where you need to go. But I'm not going to say every time, because there are times when even that machine it's not going to do it. There have been times when I've been truly frustrated by that thing. And so it is not a cure-all, but it is really, really amazing. And the fact that Josh got to witness that whole thing happen to me. And the first machine, I was laying on my back and he was laying over me, fucking my mouth from above. And that was very hot. But the Symbian, I was sitting up and he was in a very comfortable position, just straight face fucking me from in front. And it was great. And we had a fantastic time. And then he pulled me off of the Symbian and laid me over the bed and fucked me like I really wanted him to, like animalistically. And it was so good. And unfortunately, I wasn't set up to do all the things that I normally do for my husband. So what I caught was him fucking me from behind, my face shot, and leaning over so you could see him in the background. That's about the only recording I was able to do for my husband. But that was okay. That room that we set up for the toys, it was set up perfectly. It was station by station and it was wonderful. It actually worked perfectly. And Josh even said, this should be the playroom. But that's not, I'd like to get to the point where I have a dedicated playroom. First, I have to get some things straight in my world. And that is my plan, to get my world straight. But it was so enjoyable. It was so much fun to play in this way, in this room, with these toys, with this man. And it gave me so much pleasure. I loved it. I loved all of it. It was quick and dirty and fucking lovely. Oh my God. But he got to play with this machine, which he has mentioned many, many times as being something he's always wanted to kind of take a look at. And we finally got the other part that broke from the manufacturer, and that hopefully will be all installed and we'll be able to find a place to set up my playroom. I am very excited to do something like a playroom, because I really honestly, I think that it would be the next level for me and my husband. I think it would be the thing that it was like we could make things more stationary, less mobile, if you will. Because a lot of our stuff is mobile because that's how we've always had to play, is on the run to like a hotel or on the run to. So if we could make things just a little bit more stationary, that would probably make our lives a lot freaking easier. It was very random, like Thursday evening. And we had actually no plans for the weekend, which was kind of a good thing because things ended up, even what little we did have planned, got freaking derailed totally. And so that's kind of where, so I at least got to play that night and it was fantastic. My husband didn't show up until like we were done and he was taking off, but I don't know exactly how long he was here. Maybe 45 minutes or an hour, but it was fantastic. I think he came 3 times and I myself, let's stop counting, okay? Because that's what I do. I don't count because if I tried to keep score, I would win every game. I have an email from a listener. Hi there. I'm interested in swapping couples, but honestly, I have a small dick, around 4 inches. In the lifestyle, I normally hear about huge cocks or BBC. Since I don't have that, should I consider the lifestyle? By the way, I don't get any complaints from current or ex-girlfriends, and they do climax. Definitely looking forward to your response. Thank you, from interested but worried. Okay. The lifestyle is about finding adventure, finding things within your marriage or within your relationship that are beyond what people consider normal, okay? There's somebody for every cup of tea, okay? And I'm not gonna lie, there are a lot of fucking size queens out there, especially in the lifestyle. And there is something about being able to take a big dick that kind of gets you into the lifestyle, I think. But not every lifestyle couple is looking for parties. They're not looking for the crazy adventure orgy, okay? Some people are out there looking for couples that they connect with so that they can enjoy a full-rounded experience. I am a huge proponent of going out there and trying, experiencing. And it may not be for every couple and it may not be for you, but every single thing that we do is an opportunity to find that adventure. Okay, so if you are worried about how you stack up in a room with 47 other guys, maybe that's not the room to be in. Okay? There are people out there that do the lifestyle couple to couple swap. There are people out there who do dinners with friends and then go home and exchange bedrooms. There are many, many things that happen in the lifestyle, and not every single one of them is about having a massive dick. Parties tend to bring out a lot of very confident men. And those confident men usually are confident because other men have told them they have the right to be confident. Men judge men more than women judge men. That's not to say that women don't judge men, but men judge men more than women judge men. So that is something that you need to approach how you do the lifestyle. The lifestyle has many, many, many iterations. There are couple swaps. There are each of you engage. There's polyamory, where each of you engage in dating outside of your relationship, but don't really include the other. And then there's all sorts of other ways to do the lifestyle. But if you are looking to do the lifestyle, you have to decide how you want to do the lifestyle. And the other thing is you need to find people in the lifestyle to do lifestyle events with, to do lifestyle things with, to do swapping, to do whatever it is that you're looking for. And to do that, you need to get on the apps. You need to go on, and I cannot recommend it enough, FetLife, okay? FetLife will give you so many answers to your questions. There are groups out there that literally their entire goal is to give you advice about or start discussions about things that they're interested in. There are so many groups on FetLife that there's literally a group for every single kink you can imagine. And if you have one that nobody else has thought of, please start a group. Anybody can start a group. Anybody can be interested in your group. And you can take a lifestyle quiz that will tell you kind of where you relate on the scale of everything. So, for me, FetLife is a treasure trove of information. It is a valuable resource to finding like-minded people, because like-minded is a huge indicator of how successful you are going to be in the lifestyle. When you can find people who think the same way that you do, you're going to have common ground. When you have that common ground, you're going to have an ease of understanding that doesn't need to be explained ad nauseum. I am a fan of living your life out loud and finding your tribe. And this is just the most convenient way I have found to find my tribe. That being said, it is 100% okay to experiment and decide whether it's for you or not. And one bad outcome does not make a sample study, okay? I am, without a doubt, better for my experimentation. I am better about who I am, what I look like, because of my ability to go out there and experiment, my ability to go out there and figure out who I am without all of the noise. I have failed. I have failed at kink. I have failed at parties. I have failed many, many times. I've fallen on my face. But that didn't stop me from finding my way through. Not every person out there thinks that you are their cup of tea. And not everybody out there is your cup of tea. So go out there and sample the world. With, of course, all of the consents that are needed. I know from personal experience that it is rough out there for people who don't think that they stack up. Okay? But there is one thing that the lifestyle has really truly showed me, and that is acceptance. You have to accept who you are, and you have to be brave about who you are, because who you are is as an individual is very unique in comparison to anyone else, and there's something that you have to offer. It doesn't matter what the packaging looks like. You as an individual have something to offer. And that is very important for you to realize that the lifestyle is about that. Finding your offering. I mean, I'm going to sound real preachy here because this is something near and dear to my heart. Okay, this is something that I am a BBW, and there are days when I am BBer than I want to, and than I want to be. And there are times when I am feeling and I'm not proud of the packaging, whatever. The fact is that when you're brave, when you are confident, when you walk into a room and realize that you as an individual have something to offer the group, there's nothing about the packaging that can destroy that. Okay? I myself love the lifestyle because of what it has given me. It's given me a sense of self, a sense of confidence, a sense of desirability, a sense of excitement and joy and laughter. There is nothing I like more than having a funny story to tell between me and my husband when it's an intimate moment and I can be like, and then I said this and it was so funny. The thing is that I love the ability to say that I did it. I did something. I tried. I experimented. I was out there. I was involved. And the thing is that if you're scared to be involved, I understand. If you're scared of how you'll be accepted when you get involved, at least you got involved. There are so many people who sit on the sidelines and wait for the world to pass them by. You don't have to do that. You don't have to be somebody who sits on the sideline and waits for something to tell them that they're going to be accepted. Go out there and believe me when I tell you, you will find acceptance. You will find it. And not every tea is made for every pot, okay? It's just not how it works. That's why there are so many people in the world. Keep searching. There's somebody out there who loves your cup of tea. And believe me when I tell you, I know that from personal freaking experience. It is not easy to be someone who considers themselves less than. So, but everybody has that. Everybody has that voice inside of them that is saying, you're less than, you're less than, you're less than. If that voice stopped everybody, we would never have anyone do anything. So, stick your toe out there. See what happens. I honestly believe that you will find your adventure if you try. If you stick your toe in the water, you're going to find it. That may be a bad example because sometimes sticking your toe in the water gets you bit by a fish, but you know what I'm saying. You can't be brave if you don't try. I have a question. Is it yucking someone's yum to not enjoy what they're doing? Is it yucking someone's yum to not like the thing that they like? No, it's not. You are always welcome to explore your kinks, but if you're going to explore a kink that's a little bit out there, a little bit weird, then make sure you have permission. You have consent. There are some things that people like that other people just don't. There are some things that people like that other people are just a little hesitant about. I'm not going to say we can use terms. We can use kink terms. We can use BDSM terms. There are some hard limits out there for people. And there are some soft limits out there for people. And there are some limits out there for people that were soft that suddenly become hard because you did something weird. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that anything in particular is the quote unquote weird thing. All I'm saying is that I don't mind you floating your boat however you want to. But make sure that you have consent to float your boat in my waters. Because somebody asked me if I was yucking someone's yum when I said that I personally didn't want my belly button finger fucked. And I don't think that I was. I think that I respectfully was just like, this is something that was unwanted and forward in my particular sphere. There was no consent for that to happen. And that is gray area because he did have consent to touch me, but I was allowed to find the touching that he did to me weird. I don't mind him going around finger fucking as many belly buttons as he wants if there is consent. And I think that's where my line was. So that is one retraction that I needed to put out there. I was not yucking his yum, not intending to yuck his yum anyway, but I don't feel like he had consent to do his yum in my waters. Now, I have another retraction that I need to talk about because my friend Scoot and I took a girls' trip to Cancun not long ago. And in the episode where I described myself, I told everyone that I was pale, because I don't really tan. And Scoot informed me that I do in fact tan, and I tan rather quickly, and that I can go several shades more golden if I only try. And she's not wrong. She was very much offended that I put it out there. Okay, I got a story. So Scoot and I went to Cancun for a girls' trip, and we got off the plane, got into a cab. We were offered beer from the cabbie. So we drank our beers. We went to the hotel. We checked in. We got into our villa. We changed into some swimsuits, and we went out to the bar. We went out to the swim up bar in the pool, and all inclusive, I went up and ordered margaritas for days. And we got our margaritas, and we were sipping, and we were drinking, and we were not there long because literally we'd been in the cab from the airport for like almost 2 hours. It was a very long ride. We end up we're just a little exhausted. We need to get some food, and I am already getting tipsy. And Scoot is like, I gotta get you out of public. I gotta get you somewhere safe. So roll up, cowboy, let's go. So we headed back to the villa, and when we got to the villa, she looked at me, and literally we had not been in the bar even an hour. We had not been in the pool for more than an hour. She, being so incredibly pale, so incredibly fair, she's very fair, very pale, very blonde, very blue-eyed, very pale. And she was getting a little pink, and I was definitely getting a little tan. And she literally had a toddler moment on her bed going, "Oh, why are you so tan?" And she literally couldn't get words out because she was throwing a tantrum right there on her bed. And it was seriously one of the greatest days. We still talk about it. It's been a decade. And it's freaking awesome because she's absolutely right. If I put a little FaceTime in with the sun, I can tan. My husband wishes that I had a better relationship with the sun, and that I would go out and spend some FaceTime, just, chatting, getting a little ray, because he would very much like me to be a little bit tanner than I am. But because of the fact that, I don't know, I'm a bat, I like everything I do to be cave black, he does not always get his wish. And for that, I am so sorry. So, just to retract that thing that I had said that time that made my friend go real toddler on me before, I can tan. I just live my life in such a way that the sun would have to really search to find me. And that is the truth of that matter in its entirety. I don't know if there are any other retractions that I need to put out there. If there is a retraction that I need to put out there, don't hesitate to reach out to me, because I would love to at least discuss what my mindset was when I said it. And I know Scoot only said something because of the fact that she listens to my episodes, and she was very much like, excuse me? Which, of course, brought to mind all of the things. We had such a great time when we went away on our girls' trip. And I know that, okay, the lifestyle can become very, very, very consuming. Okay, the lifestyle can become something where you are at it every weekend, and you are trying to find adventures all the time, and you're trying to top the thing that you did before. And sometimes it's nice to step back and just take a girls' trip or do something completely vanilla for a minute So I urge everyone, if you're getting to the point where you're constantly trying to top, constantly trying to find the next adventure bigger than the last, or things start feeling very, I don't know, mundane or the same or something like that, take a break, take a reset, allow yourself to live in the vanilla of it all, live in the life of life instead of lifestyle. My husband and I got forced to step back last weekend. We were planning to step back last weekend, and we had set plans and everything. And then, as life does when we set plans, it went a little bit awry. So right now, I am looking at my next play probably around April 5th. But that does not mean I do not have more stories for you. So we'll find out how those go. Thank you for joining me today on my podcast. If you have any questions or want to discuss anything further or have any anecdotal stories you want to share, please hit me up at pineapplepinuppod@gmail.com. And you can also check me out on my socials. All of them are listed in the show description. Thank you for listening.